Who here has ever thought about like, oh, how do I raise my self-esteem? How do I feel better about myself? Everybody, right? And it's a big key to life. I'm just gonna give you this very important understanding that I've reiterated like 100 times now, but you can have this certainty, this confidence without even doing this shit, okay? So it always comes down to this, guys. You need to build an identity that you actually value and that you like, okay? So let me ask you this question. In sales or in business, it's important that, once again, first of all, the emotional certainty of you, but second of all, also of your product. And these are like two different things, right? So you have you as a person, and like basically, let's say this is a barometer, your level of certainty in that, in yourself, in your like your confidence, your self-esteem, and then you have your product, right? If you're doing a product, and obviously in like a social situation or whatever, this would be the same. Or you could say like your life is the product, whatever, but it's really the same. Okay, so you gotta think of yourself like your product, and like your product, you think of your product like yourself, and I'll explain what I mean. Who here has ever thought about like, oh, how do I raise my self-esteem? How do I feel better about myself? Everybody, right? And it's a big key to life. Yesterday we spoke about how to kind of engineer your identity and get more confidence and stuff like that. Now self-esteem is something that's very correlated, but it's slightly different as well. So if we think about it, okay, if you were to really have to feel really good about a product that you're selling, right? If you wanted to get your certainty up in, being able to sell this, someone shouted out, what would you do? What could you potentially do to feel more convinced and more positive about the product that you're trying to sell, whether it's a service or product, whatever?
Use it yourself.
Okay, why?
So that way you have more belief from your own personal results.
Exactly, results, and that's the big key. Anyone else?
Just become as knowledgeable as possible on your product.
Absolutely, definitely something else.
Find all the positives of your product.
It comes down to like all the positive associations that you have in your mind about your product, right? So you're gonna have to really dig in and see, the most important thing is the results, like my man said over here. It's like, if you, like for example, my qualification team, sales team, what I do if I want to get their certainty up is I let them talk to the customers that have gotten great results, right? I let them see those results. In the Slack channel, we sent this shit through, and we send it through, and we send it through. So your certainty and their certainty is going to be up about the product and what it can do for people. Because now, if they're in a sales meeting, and they know that this shit really works, they know that this shit produces 20 points, and they're only asking 5 points, whether it's money or whatever it may be, right? Let's say 20K, 5K, whatever. They know that, and they know that for a fact because they keep seeing it over and over again. Now they're obviously going to sub-communicate that this shit is something they should really be doing, okay? And they're going to have that certainty. Now, if we pull that concept into yourself, okay, kind of into yourself as a product, as an identity, you need to build an identity that you actually value and that you like, okay? So let me ask you this question. And okay, I'm gonna ask one person to shout it out. Name someone who you really like hold in high esteem, like you really respect this person. Anyone, shout it out. Huh?
Owen.
Great example. What allowed him to be a self-made man?
Work ethic.
Anything else that you respect about him?
He's authentic.
Okay, let's write these things down. The big G, Owen. Okay, so we said work, right? Work ethic. Then what do we say? Authentic, yeah? What else? Okay, level of confidence, yeah? Confidence / courage, humor. Okay, so we can stop right here. So obviously we did this with different people, right? So to you, this might be more important, authenticity, right? To you, this might be more important, work ethic. Okay, so it's about, you got to do this for yourself. We're just getting a little bit of an example here. So what you want to look at, guys, is like, if that's a blueprint, and you can take a few people, right? But it's like these things start to get very clear when you just compare it to, what it would be like with another person outside of yourself. Like a lot of people nowadays on social media and shit, they talk about like how to get more self-love and whatever. like, how do you really get more self-love? I mean, it's kind of a gay concept, but how do you get more self-love? It's just like, how would you love someone else more, guys? What would make you love someone else more? Just treat yourself like that, okay? So, how would you get more self-esteem is by figuring out what you hold in high esteem, what qualities, okay, what actions, what continuous behavior, not what fucking result, okay? Because let's be honest, are there people that have $100 million fucking dollars and they just hit the fucking lottery, okay? Or they just got whatever, lucky or some shit, or let me give a great example, the Cash Me Outside chick, right? She probably got $100 million, but it's just because she said some stupid shit on Dr. Phil. Who here really holds her in very high self-esteem? Very high esteem. I don't see no hands. She's doing great, but I'm just saying, it's not the result that actually makes you respect someone or yourself. It's the actual qualities and behaviors that that person has that allowed them to have their result. So, whilst we're doing this, think of someone in your own mind who you really respect highly. It could be Owen, could be someone else. And think about this. What are the top 1 to 6 qualities, or like let's say 4 to 6 qualities, that you really respect in them? What makes you really respect them? And it better not be like how they look or whatever, because once again, I mean, if that does come up, question it. Ask yourself, why do I respect that so much? Why is that what I respect about them? Maybe it's because they worked for it. Maybe because they go to the gym every day. Whatever, but dig in beneath the surface, okay? And really start figuring out what is an identity that you respect in someone else. And what I want you to do, this is gonna be an active exercise, okay? Write this shit down. What I want you to do then is I want you to write down at every quality on a scale of 1 to 10, how high do you feel like that person embodies that quality? Okay? So let's say, for example, Owen, you think his work ethic is 10 out of 10, right? Just examples. His authenticity is definitely 10 out of 10. We can all say that. His confidence, let's say whatever, right? 9 out of 10, just to get some different numbers. Get it down like that, okay? For the other person, you should be able to do this in 1 minute, guys. So, moving on. Then what you're gonna do is, next to that, you're gonna write down your own name, okay? And you're gonna just write down like all these qualities that you just mentioned in the other person, because those are the ones that you respect highly, right? And to really get all the qualities that you respect, you can use different persons and whatever, different people and whatever, but you're gonna write down your own name next to it, and then you're gonna rate yourself on each of these qualities. 1 out of 10. How high do you think you embody that quality as of this moment right now? You can kind of get a little bit of an average out of those numbers, right? So let's say it's like 1 is 9, then it's 6, 1 is 2, and 1 is 7, and 1 is 2 again. Okay, what's the average of that? All encompassing, you score yourself a 4 out of 10 on all of these qualities that you hold in high esteem. Make sense? So if you're wondering, like, hey, why do I not feel fucking good about myself? I mean, there's your answer. Is this making sense?
Yes.
So once again, guys, I'm just gonna give you this very important understanding that I've reiterated like 100 fucking times now, but you can have this certainty, this confidence, everything that we talked about yesterday without even doing this shit, okay? Because you can look at your mind and say, I allow myself to feel like I am the motherfucking shit without anything changing. Right now. That's what we talked about yesterday. And what you can do to change this is to either change the rules that you have in your mind, right? So like, okay, if you widen your spectrum for what you would call, for example, work ethic, then you could maybe make yourself think that you're a 10 or whatever. Or you can actually get your work ethic up, okay? So it always comes down to this, guys. Everybody has a consciousness, right? Everybody has a part of their brain that observes themselves and all the actions that they're taking on a day-to-day basis continuously. Now, if those actions are wildly fucking different than what you just wrote down, now you're getting into a problematic area. And from there on, the only thing you can do, once again, is either wildly change your perception about reality, meaning the rules you have about yourself. Like let's say, for example, this. Let's say you hold discipline and high esteem, right? But then you grab that out of your subconscious because that's what we just did, right? Through questioning, these qualities that we just wrote down were in your subconscious, but now it's in your conscious mind. If you change it now and then condition it by remembering and reminding yourself every day of this list, now it's going to become subconscious again. This is what NLP is about, guys. It's like you have your mind, right? You have your conscious mind, and then you have your subconscious, okay? In here, you have all these positive and negative associations, just giving you a basic understanding. And you have all this data, this identity, these beliefs, etc. Okay, these rules, these assumptions, and whatever. What we do through these exercises, that's why I want you all to participate, is we bring this up into consciousness, and then we can actually change it, right, to something that does work for us. So let's say one of these beliefs or whatever that we've gotten upwards in the past, today or yesterday, you notice like this is unworkable, okay? This is not workable for getting me the results in the life that I want. Now you can say, you can look at it, right? And you can take that belief system. A belief system is like glasses, right? You can take that shit, you can look at it, and I'm gonna be like, I got some dope ass glasses, so I'm gonna keep them. But let's say that you look at that and you're like, yeah, this belief system, right? These glasses that I view the world through, these are not workable for me, okay? I'm viewing through these glasses everything so dark, okay? I'm not able to trust anyone because I'm so anxious, because I have a belief that every girl will cheat on me or every guy will cheat on me, right? So if I find that out, now I'm gonna be like, in my consciousness, am I writing that shit down? I'm like, that shit isn't workable, okay? I'm gonna put that right here. And I'm not gonna wear that anymore. I'm gonna put on some pink glasses. Maybe that's a little bit too much of the good side of it. But, you know, I'm gonna put on some neutral glasses, okay? I'm gonna go in with reality instead of just having this tainted view of reality. Is this making sense? Yes. So look, it's all about figuring out what's in your subconscious through these questionings, okay? And bringing that up, and if it's workable, keep it. If it's unworkable, shift it.